Hey, I'm Sachin. I'm the co-founder and CEO at HackerEarth. On paper, I'm responsible for business development, marketing, and sales. But technically, I end up doing anything and everything that needs to be done. So I would say I don't have a very well-defined role, but yeah, it's about anything that needs to be done. So it dates back to about two and a half years back. I was still in college, early 2012. Me and my co-founder Vivek, we were both college students. We've studied together at IIT Roorkee, and in late of 2011 there was a campus placements, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the frenzy that exists in IIT campus placements. And there was this guy who was the top of the batch for in our batch. He was the kind of talent companies should ideally be killing for, and we were all betting that this guy's going to get placed on the first day itself. But what happened was that even after 6 days, this guy was not through, and we were all like shocked. Why is this happening? This kick-ass guy, every company wants to hire them, and none of the Amazon, Google, or Microsoft or Facebook has hired him. And that's when we really stumbled upon the problem that we're trying to solve. If you look at technical recruiting today, it's fundamentally broken. Technical recruiting itself is a highly objective process, but the way it is done in the industry today, it's very subjective. It is biased with a lot of human biases. For a developer, the whole concept is how good can they write code? What are their technical skills? But unfortunately, the way the interviewing process happens, the way the shortlisting and the resume filtering and the sourcing happens, a lot of these parameters are not taken into my mind, and at the end of the day, it just becomes about resume and keyword filtering. And that's the problem that you're trying to change. We want to make the process of technical recruiting highly objective, and more importantly, we want to make it skill-driven. Anybody who knows how to write code, and as long as they can prove that they can write good code, should ideally be able to get a job in the company that they deserve. That's the problem we're trying to solve. So, there's one fundamental principle on which we operate, and that's meritocracy. From the very first day, both me and Vivek might not have had the clarity of what exactly what we want to do, but we did have one idea. We knew we wanted to build a platform that is completely meritocratic. We want to build a platform where developers can come in and show what their skills are. And based on this quantifiable skill data that we have, we try and match them to different job opportunities. So yes, jobs is one part of what a developer gets on HackerEarth, but more importantly, HackerEarth for a developer is a place where they can come in, solve problems, attack at different kind of problems that they want to solve. Every developer I know wants to continuously upgrade themselves, continuously make themselves better. So they can land into a community where there are tons of other developers, solve problems with them, improve their profile, and also showcase this profile. And in this process is where we leverage your skill data based on your activity and connects relevant jobs to you. So the big problem that we are running about and how we think we are creating a dent in the universe is we are trying to make the entire process of technical recruiting completely skill driven. If you have a skill, and as long as you have data to back it up, we want to bring you the best job opportunities. On a more personal level, I like to tell you that I believe the process today, it's pretty biased in the sense, if you are from a top tier institute or you're from a top tier city, you have much more chances of getting a job. But it does not necessarily mean you're not good enough. I've come across people who are probably in 30 universities you've not even heard of, but they can give IITs run for their money. So that's the kind of meritocracy we want to create. Anybody sitting anywhere, having any skill, no matter where they have adopted their skill from, which college they have studied, which company they are working at, as long as they're good enough, they should be able to discover a job that matches their interests and their skill set. So I think that's the way we're trying to create a small dent in this universe. For me personally, it's always been about doing something challenging, because it's very difficult for me to do something which is mundane, which is repeatable every day. I get bored very easily. At some level, that's a disadvantage, because you're always chasing new challenges, and that's what HackerEarth has given me personally over the last 2 years. It's been such a fantastic challenge. We've grown from a 2-person company to 50 today, and it's been an absolutely fantastic journey. I myself transitioned from a developer who used to write code to somebody who's now managing teams, trying to look into sales process, setting up operational process. So personally, this has been a fantastic journey for me. I want to build a big company, and a big company that solves a tangible problem. When we started HackerEarth, we were attacking a problem that was close to us. We could relate to this problem. I'm a developer myself, Vivek is a developer, and we've been on both sides of the table. We've been an interviewee, we have been an interviewer, and we have seen how much friction there exists, and we want to change that. So personally, I want to build a large company, and more importantly, solve a very tangible problem. Technical recruiting, I repeat again, is broken. And for me, if we can solve this problem, even to say, to a significant extent, that would be a big personal achievement. What I'm chasing personally myself is challenging things to do. And the same thing applies to everybody else in the company. Hacker Earth today throws up very interesting challenges to each and every employee. You may be in sales, business development, marketing, operations, dev, even as regular role as HR. There are so many new challenges that come up every day. Trust me, if you want to grow yourself in a role that you like, for instance, you could be a developer or you could be a sales guy, and you like that role that you go after and you want to grow yourself, Hacker Earth is the best place to be, because there are two things. First, you're going to get complete freedom on what you want to do. We have a very democratic process. When we started the company, we were just out of college, hardly any industrial experience. And we've built this team of 50 people through mutual discussions, through mutual knowledge sharing, and the process still continues. Each and every person in the company today has a voice and they can give opinions, and we have taken up views and then implemented company-wide. So a freedom to do what you want to do is the first thing. And the second thing, as I said, new challenges every day. Trust me, if you're in marketing and you think you know a little bit of digital marketing, come to me. I'm going to show you that you know absolutely nothing about it, because there's a lot of things to be done in that. Sales, we do enterprise sales. It's so amazing, we are just touching 5% of the potential market today, and my sales guy are coming up with new innovative solutions, new innovative ways to sell to customers, new problems that they can solve. Engineering, I would like to boast that we are probably one of the best companies in India that does fantastic engineering, because we are solving problems today at scale which probably you've not had an exposure to. We get like millions of request logs every day. We are building technology that scales across geographies, time zones, across thousands of users. So yes, challenging work is something that I would like to offer you if that excites you. So I've always thought about it internally, what drives me. And this actually dates back to more than 7 to 8 years ago, when I was sitting through my, when I was going through my IIT JEE preparation. I hail from a very small town. I had very few peers with whom I could study. So let me tell you in the outset, JEE is a very, very tough exam to crack. Not like you have to be genius to crack it, but just the sheer amount of effort you have to put in to crack that is immense. And I always, was a little sad, you could say, that I didn't have the kind of peers I wanted who could help me drive myself. But what I soon realized was there's actually nobody else in the universe who can actually help drive you to be better other than yourself. So since that day, I've always kept this this notion in my mind that I have to be better than myself. I could be achieving, say, 90% in something today, and I could very well be 99th percentile, but I'm only 90% of what I can be. I'm better than 99% of the people out there, but in my own level, I'm only 90%, and that makes me drive myself harder. And that's the principle that has stuck to me over the last 10 years. I've always tried to do things where I can be better than myself. I wake up every day and ask myself, have I done something in the last day that makes me better than what I was yesterday? And that drives me. So probably that makes me super. So come join Hacker Earth and stay super.